Okay guys, here's the review for chapter 5. Your test is on Monday. So let's take a look at the first problem. All we're doing right now for the first problem, all we need to do is we need to get the variable by itself. So whatever letter it is, we need to get it by itself. And the only time we're going to change the inequality is the inequality, which is this right here, is whenever we divide or multiply by a negative. Okay? So first step for this one is I have to do the distributive property. So negative 2 times 8 is negative 16z. Negative 2 times 4, negative 8, less than. Negative 8 times 2 again is negative 16z. Negative 8 times negative 6 is positive 48. Okay, now again, I need to get the z's by itself. Now if I notice though, negative 16z, once I add 16z, it's going to cancel out the variable for both sides. So all I'm left with is negative 8 is less than 48. And what I have to analyze is that a true statement? Negative 8 is less than 48. So since that is true, then the answer is all real numbers. Why is it all real numbers? Because it's a true statement. Any number I put in there will work and make it a true statement. Now this one, all I have to do is get b by itself. So take a look. This right here is dividing by 11. The opposite of dividing by 11 is multiply 11. But whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So 11 times those cancel. So I get b. I didn't divide or multiply by a negative. So I keep it the same. B is greater than or equal to 11 times 11 is 121. And that is my answer. Number 3. Again, I need to get b by itself. So the 3 isn't, negative 3 is in the way, and the 5. The opposite would be to multiply by the reciprocal. So by 5 over 3 negative. 5 over 3 negative. That's going to make these cancel, and I'm left with b. But see, I'm multiplying by both sides by a negative, so I have to change the sign. So instead of greater than, it's going to be less than 45 divided by negative 3. b is less than negative 15. Number 4, all I have on this side is the negative 1. I need to get the ends by itself. So let's take a look. Negative 1 greater than or equal to. I'm going to combine like terms. What's negative 8 plus 2? Well, that would be negative 6n minus 4. I still want to get n by itself, so I'm going to add 4. I get 3 greater than or equal to, because I haven't multiplied or divided by negative, negative 6n. Ooh, what's going to happen? I'm dividing by negative 6. So since I'm dividing both by negative, I have to change the sign. So I get 3 over negative 6 less than or equal to n. Or I can write it as n is greater than or equal to negative 1/2. Because 3 over negative 6 simplifies. 5. I need to get h by itself. There's two things in the way, the 3 and the 1. So the opposite of plus 1, I'm going to subtract 1. Cancels. I get 3h greater than negative 27. Divide by 3 to get h by itself. H is greater than negative 27 divided by 3 is negative 9. I'm not graphing them because it doesn't ask us to graph. Okay, how about this one? Well, these two are the same. I can combine like terms. So 5 minus 6 is negative 1a plus 3 is greater than 1. Subtract 3. Get negative 1a. Cancel. It's greater than negative 2. Divide by negative 1. I get a. Since I divide by a negative, switch the signs. Negative 2 over negative 1 is positive 2. Okay, a couple more. The 11's in the way. I'm dividing both sides by a negative though. So I have to change the sign. So I get F, because those cancel. Change the sign. Greater than. Negative over negative is a positive, so 5. Look at 8. 8's kind of a lot, right? Let's distribute first. 6 times 4 is 24g. 6 times negative 3 is minus 18. Minus 4g. Greater than or equal to. Negative 5 times g is negative 5g. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. Alright, next step. Combine like terms. 24 minus 4 is 20g. Minus 18 is greater than or equal to negative 5g. 10 plus 15 is 25. I'm going to move the g to the other side. So I'm going to add 5g, add 5g, 25g minus 18 greater than or equal to, those cancel, 25. I'm going to add 18, move it to the other side. These cancel, I get 25g greater than or equal to, what's 25 plus 18? It's 43. G is greater than or equal to 43 over oh, sorry, 20. I made a mistake. I kept, oh no, 25g is correct, sorry. 43 over 25. Okay. Let me double check my work to make sure I didn't do a mistake, and I did do a mistake. I made my mistake right here, look. I distributed, but I distributed the negative 3. It's not in the parentheses, I can't distribute that. So, let me erase. See, everybody makes mistakes, guys. You just have to know when to catch them. Maybe you caught it when I actually did it in the very beginning. Okay. Why does it keep coming back? Okay, we're almost there. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Again, distribute. 24g minus 18 minus 4g greater than or equal to negative 5g plus 10 minus 3. Because I don't distribute the negative 3 because it's not in parentheses. Combine like terms. 20g because of 24 and negative 4 minus 18 greater than or equal to negative 5g. Combine like terms plus 7. Add 5g. Add 5g. 25g minus 18 is greater than or equal to 7. Add 18. Cancels. 25g greater than or equal to 25. Divide by 25. I get g is greater than or equal to 1. Okay. Now this next one is I have to write it. So it says 6. So 6 is at least. So is at least 4 more than a number. Write the inequality. Okay, so 6 is at least. So the minimum, the smallest is going to be 6. So 6 is greater than or equal to 4 more than a number. So 4 plus n, or you could write n plus 4. Write a compound inequality. Since these are going together, I'm going to go open circle, so I don't put equal to, so it's going to be x is less than 0. And the reason I know it doesn't have equal to is because open circle, and x is greater than, because it's open circle, negative 5. This one right here, closed circle for the 3, so it's going to be x is greater than or equal to 3, or, because it's going the other way, x is less than, because it's open circle, less than 2. And that one's done. Alright. It's the first problems. Now the back. Now we have to graph. Okay. So I'm going to put my graph. I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, and I'll put a -1. So they don't have the equal to, so they're both going to be open circles. X is greater than 0, and then X is less than, so they're going to meet right here in the middle. This should have said and. Graph this one. So I like to separate it, so n is greater than or equal to -4, and n is less than or equal to 1. Let's graph that. So I'm putting -4, 0, 1. N is greater than or equal to, so close circle, and greater than goes this way. N is less than or equal to 1, close circle, and it goes to the left because it's less than, so they meet like that. Okay, very good. 14, I have to write the inequality again. A number, so n minus 1, is at most 9. So is at most 9. So less than or equal to. So the greatest it could be is 9. So it's less than or equal to 9. Okay, or 2 times a number is at least. So that means the smallest it could be is 24. So greater than or equal to. Sorry, 24. And that's it. But also, it said we had to solve. See how it says solve? So I'm going to add 1. And I get n is less than or equal to 10. Or divide by 2. N is greater than or equal to 12. Okay. This one is solving graph. I'm going to erase that now so it's more clear. Okay, I'm going to subtract 7. You get 2k is greater than 1 minus 7 is -6. Divide by 2. K is greater than -3. And this one is 3k minus 6, so I'm going to add 6. I get 3k is less than or equal to 15. Divide by 3. K is less than or equal to 5. And now I have to graph it because it says graph. Alright, so check that, and now I'm going to add the graph after I erase. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, let me write up here, K is greater than -3. K is greater than -3, so I have my answers. And K is less than or equal to 5. Now I can erase and graph, so I have them. Okay, so K is greater than 3. So here's my 3. And then less than or equal to 5. So put 0. So these are all going to be, not all of them. The 5 is going to be closed circle because it has the equal to and it's less than. And then the 3 is going to be open circle and to the right because it's greater than. Should look like this. 16. I'm going to subtract 6. That means U is greater than or equal to -5. Add 6. U is less than 8. Okay. Here we go. -5, 0, 8. The -5 is going to be closed circle because it has equal to, greater than, to the right. 8 is going to have open circle and to the left because it's less than. They're going to connect. Is that perfect? Alright, now look at here. This one, I'm going to subtract 5. 2k is greater than -4. Divide by 2. K is greater than -2. Again, notice I'm not changing the sign because I'm not dividing or multiplying by a negative. So that's one of them. This one, add 6. Cancel. 3k less than or equal to 15. Divide by 3. K is less than or equal to 5. Okay? But I also have to graph it, remember? So, put the graph here. We got k is greater than negative 2, 0. I'm going to put 5. Okay? This one negative 2 is open circle, doesn't have the equal to, greater than. And then k is less than or equal to 5, so closed circle and less than, so they meet right there in the middle. Alright? And then these are solve and then solve and graph. So this one right here, and this one right here, distributive property, 6d, 3 times negative 1, negative 3, greater than or equal to 4 times 2, 8d, 4 times negative 3, minus 12. And this is outside the parentheses, so I keep it out. Now I'm going to combine like terms. 6d minus 3, greater than or equal to 8d. Negative 12 minus 3 is negative 15. I need to get d by itself. I'm going to subtract 6d. So I end up with negative 3 greater than or equal to 8 minus 6 is 2d minus 15. I'm going to add now 15 to get d by itself. 12 greater than or equal to 2d. Divide by 2. Now I get 6 is greater than or equal to d, or I could write it as d is less than or equal to 6. Okay. Now solving graph. This one right here, easy. I'm going to add 6. I get 8 is greater than or equal to, that cancels w, or w is less than or equal to 8. I have to graph it. I'm going to put 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has the equal to, so closed circle, less than, so to the left. And then the last one, subtract 5. Y is greater than negative 2 and negative 5 is negative 7. That's finished. Graph it. Negative 7, negative 6, negative 8. Open or close circle. It's going to be open because it doesn't have the equal to. And greater than, so to the right. And that is it, guys. That is all the problems for the review. All right. Make sure you look over them. Make sure you check them.